Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome back to AccidentalMuslims.com. I'm Sumaria Jamal from Durban, and joining me today we have Kathija Khan. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Jazakallah so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. So Sister Kathija Khan is a 22-year-old qualified Muslim fashion designer who took home her prize at the India Fashion Show for the most innovative range and an internship at the Gavin Raja Atelier. Her aim is basically to actualize the beauty of modest wear and display a cohesion of fashion and faith. And she intends to do this through her own fashion line, Covered by Kathija, which is currently open for business and is contributing to modesty in the mainstream fashion industry. Alongside, she's also embarking in self-specialization of modest wear as she pursues her honors qualification. So, Kathija, what was the inspiration behind you, becoming a fashion designer?
To be honest, I didn't actually ever envision myself being a fashion designer. I always grew up with the flair for creativity, and I took visual arts in school, but that was supposed to be my outlet subject and it was supposed to be the fun subject, and coincidentally I just ended up enjoying it a lot. Throughout my schooling career in grade 11 and 12, I did a little bit of some work stints and work experiences at major companies for like accounting and speech and language pathology and brand and marketing, which is what I was interested in at the time. And I found that I hated sitting behind a desk. And I just hated the long hours of 8 to 5 behind a desk listening to what other people want you to do, and there was no creativity in it actually. And I know that's the typical job, but it wasn't for me. And therefore I embarked in 1 year after finishing my matric at the Medina Institute in Cape Town of Islamic Studies, and that's where I met my husband and I got married. And then I decided to study fashion design because I actually met somebody who told me about their embark on studying fashion design and their journey, and it sounded so exciting. And because as many girls, I love clothing and I love fashion, it really inspired me, and I thought, okay, maybe I want to be a fashion designer.
Okay, so who are or have been rather, the key influences in, the Islamic fashion world, and which one is your favorite?
Okay, so I think that social media is a huge platform at the moment for gaining awareness of the Muslim market. You have lots of social media influencers that have used this platform to, make people aware of Islam and make people aware of the fashion choices and the clothing that we're supposed to wear and how a woman is supposed to be covered. So saying that there are many, but quite a few key ones are people like Maria Alia, who was the first Muslim hijabi ambassador for H&M. There's Halima Aden, who's the first hijabi model, and she actually collaborated with Rihanna and was a model in her Fenty by Rihanna makeup brand. There's Ibtihaj Muhammad, the African-American fencing medalist who represents America, which is quite cool. And my personal favorite, which is Dina Tokyo. I don't think that I like Dina Tokyo because of her fashion sense or whatever. She is quite fashionable, but we have different fashion sense, different sense of style. But I think that she's the OG of social media and getting out there the Muslim market and making people aware. And I really like what she stands for and how she puts all of herself out there and really tries to be inclusive and tries to spread the message of Islam.
That's great, Alhamdulillah. We're fortunate, to have them amongst us, especially, when you go through Instagram, there's so many of these, amazing Muslim fashionistas, if I can say that, who we can follow and, gain inspiration from, which is great, Alhamdulillah. So where do you see, the future of Islamic fashion designing or Muslim fashion design?
Well, like I mentioned before, because these social media influencers are using this platform to gain awareness of the Muslim market and how large it is, and actually the power of the Muslim market in terms of buying and how much of money they have to actually spend. Like major brands and the fashion industry in totality has really become aware of these social media influences and what it means to be Muslim and what it means for us to dress in an Islamic manner. So therefore they have started to cater for us. So I think that the future of Muslim fashion is that we are going to have a place in stores now where there's modest, fashion, and there's going to be a lot available for us to access because of the awareness around Muslim fashion. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think I look forward to days, for times like that rather, instead of us scrounging around looking for inners to match and hijabs, and that's really something crazy. So, coming to, your line which you have, Covered by Kathija, what was the inspiration behind this?
Well, the name Covered itself, I wanted a name that, represents modesty, but that's not only for Muslim people, because my goal in life is to beautify modesty. So I want people from various backgrounds to, see the beauty in modesty and see the beauty in Islam and see the beauty in covering up. So that's where the name actually covered came from, because I feel like it's very self-explanatory, because any garment covers you. And, in Islam we talk about covering a woman. So I decided to call my brand Covered, and I just decided to add the K because my name is Kathija and I wanted to add that personal touch, hence Covered by Kathija.
Alhamdulillah, that's wonderful. So, what would your advice be for young ladies who want to dress modern, yet modest? Because when you're going through Instagram or you're on Facebook, or even if you have, some of the fashion magazines, you see so many of these great ideas, and then, you think about it, how can I then, Islamize this, or, make it something more modest and modern for me to wear? Instead of just wearing the usual, Islamic garments.
Yeah, definitely. I think that a lot of people find themselves stuck in that position. But my advice would be to young females out there that you shouldn't be afraid to take the risk, because I know that a lot of the time we see a garment out there that's not necessarily modest, and we think about, okay, we can maybe style it like this or style it like that, and it's not necessarily how the designer intended for it to be worn, or how the mannequin styled, or how we've seen it in mainstream fashion. So we think, okay, maybe we can do this, but then we shy away from it because we're scared of how new this idea is and how different it is. So I think it's important to take the risk and own you and own yourself, and be proud as a Muslim to show yourself out there in this fashionable way. And in fact, that's what got the fashion industry so aware of the Muslim market, because these influencers put their own spin on garments that are already out there, and that's what made it so cool to be modest.
And okay, the last question that we have for you is that, do you find that there's a need for more Muslim fashion designers in South Africa?
So, like I've said before, I think that a Muslim in any professional position is an amazing thing, and we should strive to have Muslims in high positions all the time. I do think though that there are a lot of Muslim fashion designers within South Africa and abroad, and these people just need to get more recognition, because there are so many and people just don't know about them. So people just need to be more aware, and they can actually find clothes that, befit the brief.
Alhamdulillah, that's great. But that's it for today's live with Sister Kathija Khan, who is a fashion designer. Alhamdulillah. So thank you so much for watching AccidentalMuslims.com. Be sure to watch our website for this podcast coming very soon. Assalamu alaikum.